This video is going to be very helpful for those who seek the knowledge on the standards, and this video is also very special because we are going to read 3 standards by comparing each of them. And can you take a guess which standard I'm talking about? I'm talking about ISO 9001 2015. I have covered the complete video in it, but here in contrast with ISO 9001 2015, I'm going to compare with the environment standard ISO 14001 and 2015 version, of course, and then the latest version of the same latest version ISO 45001 2018 version we are going to study. So that means ISO 9001, ISO 14001, ISO 45001. These 3 standards we are going to discuss today, and more from the subclasses perspective and all that. Just to begin, and all the 3 standards do carry the same structure, same classes. For example, class number 1, 2, 3, in all the 3 standards remain same: scope, normative reference and terms and definition. You will find same classes in all of them, right? So that means those also called non-attribute classes and non-mandatory classes and all that, right? Let's begin with the class number 4. Class number 4, as you can recall, that class number 4 of ISO 9001. What I will do, I will start with ISO 9001 and then I will connect 14,000 and then I will connect 45,000. Let's go back to ISO 9001. 9001 is all about the context of the organization, has got 4 subclasses, right? Exactly the same thing you will find in other 2 standard also as well. Let's talk about ISO 9001. ISO 9001 has got 4.1. You can recall that, understanding the organization and its context. The same thing, 4.1 of 14,000 is same and 45,000 is same, understanding the organization and its context. So in this mean, like, you have to find out the internal issues and external issues that should not affect the purpose of the organization or existence of the organization. More importantly, there is a word called strategic direction, long-term vision or goals, mission of the company. This should not be affected. So 4.1 remains same. Let's talk about 4.2. 4.2 is understanding the needs and expectation of interested parties. These also remain same, whether is in 14,000 and 45,000. Let's go to the third one, 4.3. 4.3, as you can see that 4.3 determine the scope of the quality management system, and it also remains same. The only subtle difference is, instead of wherever you find the word quality management system, you will find environment management system, you will find safety, occupational health and safety. That's the only difference, but remain same. So in scope, just talking about the scope, in the previous video, in the complete video I talked about it, but here just I wanted to say that, so scope is not only limited to education, it also talks about the process in scope, your geographical spread, and also what you are what you do and what you don't do, right? All of that, right? That is exactly the same thing, environment also and occupational health and safety. 4.4 is quality management system and its processes. Here environment management system, here occupational health and safety management system, right? Basically connecting all the dots, right? Just summarize of class number 4. 4.1, understanding the organization is context, remains same. Finding out the internal and external issues, fine. 4.2 is all about understanding the needs and expectation of the interested parties, remain same, no change. 4.3, then you have the determine the scope of quality management system. Here you will find the scope of environment, and here you will find the scope of 45,000 and occupational health and safety. 4.4, here you may say quality management system and its processes, here environment management system, and here occupational health and safety you will talk about. 4.4 is basically connecting the dot of 4.3 is 4.1 plus 4.2 plus additional requirements is scope, and here 4.4 is basically process interaction matrix, right? So completely combining of all of them, right? That was all about 4. Let's go to class number 5. And class number 5, you all know that actually very unique in class number 5. Why very unique is leadership class. Leadership class, ISO gives a different angle, right? The top management shall top management shall. The entire subclasses start with a phrase called top management shall. Exactly the same thing here, also the same. And you remember the 5.1 is all about the commitment, 5.2 is customer focus, and 5.2 is policy, and 5.1.2 is customer focus. 5.2 is policy, 5.3 is communicating the quality roles and responsibility and all that, right? Exactly in the same thing. Let's talk about 5.1 general, right? So here we say that A to J, all the rules, what are the things top management need to do, exactly it remains same in environment as well as occupational health and safety. Let's talk about the policy. Policy is what intention and direction. That's what you will get the definition in ISO 9000, right, standard, where fundamental vocabulary. Exactly in the same thing you will find in environment policy. That means you need to find out with respect to environment one and health and safety one, how much near miss and all that you need to find out from the policy perspective, right? That is 5.2. 5.2 has got subclasses, right? You have something called in establishing the quality policy, communicating the quality policy and all that. It has everything covered in 5.2 of other standard. 5.3 is organization roles and responsibility remain same, whether you talk about from the ISO 9000, 14,000 and 45,000. Let's talk about class number. Now we have done with the class number 5. Now we are moving to class number 6. Class number 6, the way how to remember is from the ISO 9000 ASQ, action to address risk and opportunity, and quality objective and planning to achieve them, planning of changes. So these three are there, which is subclasses of class number 6. But here is slightly different, right? Here you will talk about action to address and risk and opportunities, same with respect to environment, and here you will find out with respect to occupation health and safety, right? That's what. So 6.1 flat remains same, and then you will have 6.2, that is quality objective and planning to achieve them. Here you will say environmental processes, environmental objectives and planning to achieve them. Here occupational health and safety objective and planning to achieve them. So that's it remains same. And then we'll talk about 6.3. There is no 6.3 in other standards, so only you will find it only in ISO 9001 2015. So class number 6 is only has got 3 subclasses in ISO 9001 2015 and only 2 subclasses in environment and occupational health and safety. Let's move on. Moving on to class number 7. Class number 7, as you can recall, that it is also comes under plan, do, check, tag. It is also come under plan, right? One last class of plan, right? So support has got what are the things? 7.1, that is resources, and then 7.2 you have that is competence, 7.3 awareness, 7.4 communication, 7.5 document management system, right, or documented information. Exactly, you will find the same thing, and you will not find now that there is a difference actually. 7.1 is actually all about resources, basically about people, basically about organization knowledge, basically about the resources, calibrations and all that, right? So exactly you will monitoring, measurement, resources, right? That is nothing but calibration. But here you will find only 7.1, and in both the cases you will find 7.1 with respect to environment and occupational health and safety. Let's talk about 7.2. Competence remains same in all the things, right? What is the competence? You evaluate the need of training, you evaluate, have that retained document information that is record, and give a training, give a retraining, and check the effectiveness of the training. It remains same in all the 3 classes, and the 3 in other 2 standard as such. And 7.3, here you will say awareness. What awareness? Quality policy, quality objective, and then number 3 is actually like benefit of using the quality management system and implication of not fulfilling the quality management system. Exactly the same dot being stretched here. With respect to 14,000, you will find that quality policy, instead of quality policy you will find environment policy, and then environment objectives, then you will find environment and what is the benefit of having the good environment, and then implication of non-fulfilling the environment aspects and all that. You will find the same thing in occupational health, safety and occupational health and safety. You will find the same thing. You will find something called what is occupational health and safety with respect to one. You will find the same awareness like occupational health and safety policy, objective, and benefit of having that good occupation health and safety, and then implication, the opposite side, also you'll find exactly the same. And then 7.3 almost remains same, only thing it has been replaced with the word called, instead of ISO 9001 says product and quality management system, here it will say environment, here it is been coined as occupation health and safety. Come back to that 7.4, it remains same, communication basically, who is what to do, when to do, how to do, and all that, it remains same. Document management system, it also remains same in all the other standard also as well, whether it's environment and whether it's occupation health and safety. So moving on to class number 8. Class number 8 in ISO 9001 perspective is the longest class, right? In the environment and occupational health, this is the smallest class. Why I say longest class? Because you remember that first 8.1 is planning, number 2 8.2 is a requirement, 8.3 design and development, and 8.4 is externally provided processes, and 8.5 you have how you realize the product and all that, right? So now here you will find the difference actually. Let's come back to 8.1, we'll talk about it and then get back to that. 8.1 operational planning and control, it remains same, only in for example eliminating the hazard and reducing the hazard, 8.1.2, that is a mandatory requirement, and management of change and procurement and all that, you will find it in class number 8.1. 8.2 remains same, requirement of product and services. Here you will find emergency preparedness and response, basically who are the first aiders, who can just invoke or revoke the emergency situations, and who can prepare the emergency preparedness and response and all. That's the only subtle difference. 8.3, there is no nothing actually. 8.3 you will find only in ISO 9000, you will not find it in the other standard as such. 8.4, as I said, that 8.4 is all about externally provided process and all that. Again, once again, you will not find that also as well, right? And 8.5 is all about product and service provisions, right? Provision also you will not find it. And then 8.6 release of product and service, again you will not find it. And then 8.7 control of non-conforming output, again you will not find it. So class number 8 is very small subclass from the ISO 14000 and 45000. If you look at that, it has, I'm just recapping everything, whole thing. So ISO 9001 start with the planning, 8.1, then you have 8.2 after requirement, 8.3 design and development, 8.4 externally provided process, and once you externally, what you can do, you can release it, you can make the provisions. Once you make that provisions like product and all that, and then you will release it, and then non-conforming. There's 7 subclasses, but you will not find it in the other 14,000, 45,000. You will find only 2 subclasses. One is 8.1, basically talking about the planning and all that, and the 8.2 is a main class where it talks about emergency preparedness and response. Here emergency prepared and response, exactly the same thing, you will find it. And that was all about class number 8. Now we are moving to class number 9. The class number 9 is very interesting in the ISO itself, ISO 9001, and you will find that class number 9, if you can recall that class number 9 is all about performance evaluation, right? Performance evaluation has got monitoring, measurement, analysis, and evaluations, right? And exactly the same thing with respect to environment and occupational, you will find it. And customer focus, there is no subclasses called customer satisfaction 9.1.2, but you will find only in ISO 9001 2015. And then you have 10.2, a non-conformity corrective action. You will find the same thing, non-conformity corrective action, only the word has got changed in ISO 9000, ISO 45001, that is incident non-conformity corrective action. Instead of non-conformity, incident non-conformity and corrective action, you will find it. And that was all about class number 10. And I just skipped class number 9, I'm sorry. So class number 9 is all about performance evaluation. Performance evaluation, you start with the performance. 9.1 remains same, and 9.1.2 customer satisfaction, and then you have 9.2 basically internal audit. Here also you will find that internal audit, and in the 3 classes, 3 standard, you will find the same thing. 9.2 is internal audit, and here also you will find it. 9.3 is actual management review. Again you will find the same thing, almost the same agenda. and the only thing is addition, wherever quality is there, you will find environment and occupational health and safety, and that was all about class number 9.2. So that means ditto the same. 9.1 monitoring measure, I mean all these how you measure the process remain same. 9.2 internal audit remain same. 9.3 with respect to management review, again you will find in the 3 other standard also as well. The last class of ISO 9001:2015 is class number 10, the shortest class. That class number 10 is improvement, and all the 3 is called improvement only. So non-conformity first is general, it remains same, and 10.2 as I quoted before, 10.2 is all about non-conformity and corrective action. Here also in 14,000 you will find the same, and but in the 45,000 you will find incident and non-conformity and corrective action. The last but not the least is continual improvement. Continual improvement remain flat, remain same in all the 3 standard also as well. Whether you talk about 9001:2015, whether you talk about 14,000, whether you talk of 45,000. I hope you enjoyed this video. The summary is integrating management system is very useful. The number of document you can reduce it. You will be able to comply to the requirement much easier by connecting all the dots. Only thing is you have to be slightly careful about policy and objectives, accommodating all the requirement, and that's only the checkpoint you may need to have. But rest, it reduces the document, it promotes that integrity of a document, integrated management system that definitely can bring, and particularly in class number 8 and all that, it's very much easier to implement in 14,000 and 45,000 because it has got here 7 subclasses. Here only you will find 2 subclasses. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do like, share, subscribe my channel. You have a wonderful day ahead.